Welcome back.
To Marriage Beyond the Veil.
Well, it's time for another jewel.
Yes, number 35.
So, what I think is just an incredible jewel to offer is knowing when to exercise both wisdom and courage.
Okay.
Now, Gail's been pulling from the Olympics, and this evening, Simone Biles, hands down, became cemented as the best what do you call it, gymnast
Yeah,
of
she's the
all
goat.
times at 27 years old. This is the thing. In the Tokyo Games? Okay. So in the Tokyo Games, she understood that she was not adequately prepared to compete. And there was quite a bit of controversy for some, because she pulled out the games.
Right.
This was the thing. She is a world-class athlete, and she knew that in the condition that she was in, not only was she not able to perform at her peak performance, but doing so could have potentially hurt her or even cost her life. In the face of all of that, with the world watching, with all the pressure, with all the expectation, she had enough wisdom to understand, I am not at a place where I'm prepared to do what needs to be done. And she had the courage to face the doubters, the haters, all of the armchair quarterbacks and everybody that would have had an opinion about, well, you should have just pressed through it, because in years past, people have hurt feet and had sprains and breaks, and they still pressed on. But exercising wisdom and courage, tremendous jewel.
Yeah, because Simone was actually prepared. She just was not mentally able to do what she needed to do. She realized she had the twisties, and that it just wasn't going to happen. So yes, she exercised wisdom and courage for doing it. And in a love relationship, there will be times when you have to do both.
Right. And despite what others may think, what others may have to say, you need to know, as the one in the event,
Right.
right, to know where you are, what you're capable of doing, and what you're not capable of doing,
Right.
and the potential harm that it could cause if you were to push and press despite what wisdom dictates.
Yeah. But sometimes there's changes that need to be made, and those changes can come, and they can be very scary. It can be a lot of hesitation, but with courage and using wisdom to know that this change is necessary in a love relationship, and with support of your family or your village, you can do it.
Well, with Simone, this whole thing called the twisties, which I had never heard of, was not privy to, but basically she was getting lost and she couldn't be grounded. And so the potential harm that she could have caused for herself and others, but again, she exercised wisdom. And in a marriage, if you had the twisties, if you were lost, that could be potentially a very dangerous thing to try to move forward when you don't have the wherewithal to be centered, to be able to perform the way that you need to do. So my jewel for you all is to exercise wisdom and have the courage, despite what others may think, what others may say, what others may expect. You need to know within yourself when to exercise the wisdom and have the courage to do so.
Because, and we've done it ourselves. There are times that you may need outside help to help you get through that moment of the twisties in a love relationship we have. And I can only tell you that without that, you will be surprised how much more challenging it is to get through that moment. But with someone else from the outside looking in, giving you some good guidance, and with God's love, you can do it.
So, exercising the wisdom and the courage, you too, in your love relationship, can be the GOAT.
Just
like
the
Simone.
twisties, yes.
Until tomorrow. if the Lord says the
Have a
same.
good evening.